go out there, open up his bedroom door, and sleep on that. He's like, you're not finna run me from my house, from my
not
nothing.
This property.
And he didn't. He didn't move a bit.
And the reputation was that he was an expert marksman.
He was.
And that if you needed to burn a cross, you needed to burn it a little further away from his house.
Exactly.
Because you didn't want to get shot.
And that was true.
Yeah.
That was very true.
Yeah,
Keith.
it's like you need to burn it around the corner where he can't see.
And that's what they did. Yeah. right around. I mean, just so you could, it wasn't right in front of our house. No.
So who did your dad help? Who were they?
Oh,
what did you call them?
The Freedom
Riders.
Yeah, they used to call them Freedom Riders. Yeah.
Where were they coming from?
From the north. I don't know exactly, but from northern states. Mm-hmm. And they were advocates, of freedom, integration, Now, my mom and my dad both were advocates of civil rights. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know how they got into that. Cause was anybody behind us, Keith, in the civil rights? I don't exactly remember, but all I remember my mom, because my dear actually went to Washington.
Yeah.
And spoke on behalf of the poor people in the South. Yeah. And Esther, she was an advocate.
Oh, yeah.
A true advocate of the march.
Right. She got arrested somewhere.
Now, I would have gone to the march, but they felt that I was just a little bit too young at that time when he did that. I was I think I was about 15, 14 or 15. Yeah. But my job was at the house receiving all the Caucasians, Caucasians in there. And they stayed for a while.
Yeah.
They would stay for a while. And Dad really... He actually suffered. Our family suffered because of that. Because I can remember they cut him off from his crops. He would get the loan from the bank and for the crops and growing the crops, and they cut us off. Yeah. But that was one of the best things that they could have ever done. Yeah. Because they let him know then that he could make it without them, without that. Right. And that's exactly what he did. But it was amazing. I guess that's why I am not so afraid of any of this stuff. Fear doesn't come over me. Anger do, sometimes. And I don't think I handle it as well as my mom or my dad, because they, especially my dear, she used to because we used to go into this grocery store, and it was a pharmacy there where her and Mama Alice got all of their food and all their stuff from, and especially the medicine, the prescriptions. And I can remember this little kid in there, and he was Alice this and Alice that, and really? And I was so angry. I was visiting at that time, and this was past the civil rights thing, and I was just visiting. But he was just like, yes, it was just so disrespectful. Yeah. And my mother said something to me, Keith, that I will never forget. When I pulled her aside, I said, "Mother, do you hear this? How he's talking to Mama?" I said, and just Alice this and Alice that, and he wasn't being nice. And when we walked out, she caught my hand, and as we were walking to the car, she said to me, "Let me ask you a couple of questions." I said, "Okay." She said, "Did you see me pull out my purse and pay anything when I was in there?" And I said, "No." She said, "But now, do I have all the prescriptions and the medicine that I wanted?" And I said, "Yes." Okay. She said, "That's all we want from them." And literally, that taught me a lesson. Yeah. We know who we are. Right. That's basically what she was saying to me. We don't need this little boy to say to validate it. To validate. Exactly. But she did say, we walked in there and got what we wanted from his dad. Right. And we didn't pay a penny for it. Right. And so I'm happy. Mm-hmm. I'm happy with that.
Story.
Did she just take me?
Yeah, that was a great story.
What?
Yeah.
She'll have that on.
Oh no, I won't put that on. I won't. No.
Oh.
But it's a great story in terms of history. I'm a storyteller,
Oh,
So I like listening
yeah.
to stories, and you said some stuff. You said some stuff that can be used right now because there's a whole conversation and dialogue right now going on